there's certain feature of this I disagree with, and I've got a mod that if you've got cruise control running, or basically if you hit reverse, it doesn't deactivate.
Right.
It doesn't deactivate because you know if you brake, if you hit brake,
Yeah.
it deactivates it.
Yeah.
But this doesn't. This mod doesn't.
Oh, fair enough.
It's not a cross-play mod, unfortunately. But I found that real handy when I was having a mess around with balls.
You want to mess around with balls?
What
Excuse me?
fuck is that map called? Is it Riverview?
Riverview, yeah, the one I suggested might be an interesting competitive one.
Yeah. I mean, I do have another. I have a 4 times map as well.
Yeah, that is it called Old Oak or something like that.
Can't remember.
I know there is there's at least 4 times out there now.
There is another one. There's a Dutch-inspired one as well. Sort of a Dutch one. Could be a German one. It's a European map, anyways.
Yeah.
You tried any of the new equip?
Not yet, no, because like I say, if I'm playing the series, it's just what comes up in.
I tell you what, though, some of that stuff would be probably good on these 2 fucking big fields.
The one thing I have seen quite a lot of people complaining about is the game. They've managed to break contracts again. Because what the game's doing, in particular on contracts for cultivating or ploughing, it's actually giving you a tractor that doesn't have a 3-point linkage on.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
So it's giving you a tractor and a plough, and the tractor can't actually pull the plough.
Yeah.
But then again, I once had a cracking bug on Calmston. I don't know what did it. I don't know if it was Gale, but basically it was a stone picking contract, and he gave me a harvester header.
Right.
Just the header, no harvester, no trailer, but in amongst the stone picker and a truck and trailer, he also gave me a class header. It was one of Walter's. I thought, Walter was going to be senile. He spent too much time stood out in the rain.
I said that's gonna do you a real lot of good, though, isn't it?
It was just because he was on the list. And I'm like, I took the contract purely to see if it appeared.
Yeah.
It was one of the way you look at it and think, what? But there was no harvester. There wasn't even a header trailer, but there was just a class header.
Yeah, but this is the thing. This is what I mean by, like, style over substance. Unfortunately. They try and introduce things too quickly and they break things. Yet again, they've broken things. And they're not quick on the update.
Mixing on them. No, as far as we're aware, crossplay, and obviously Alan's still not well, hence why he's not been with us the last few episodes at this point, folks. You know, we wish him all the best and a speedy recovery, obviously. But as far as we're aware, crossplay is still broken.
Well, we don't know. We don't even know if it's been fixed.
That's what I'm saying, as far as we're aware, that's what I'm saying, and to the best of our knowledge.
Yeah.
Crossplay still doesn't bloody work.
Which it did until
the last update.
1.8.
But I've not even seen any like acknowledgement from Giants of the issue. That was the thing. But I don't know. Maybe it's possibly now working. We'd have to test the theory, but was the Alan not here, so we can't.
Well, it was. I mean, they were saying that there was stability, performance, and quality of life.
Yeah, but did we not try it after that and it still wasn't working?
No, we haven't tried it since the 1.9 patch.
Fair enough. hopefully that's fixed it then. Fingers crossed. But
Yeah, we've not tried it since the 1.9 patch. 1.8 we did. 1.9 we haven't because Alan's not been with us. So the extra farmhand's not been with us.
no, hence why I want to do things our blooming selves.
He's gonna fucking flip.
He's better going to recognise the place, isn't he?
Yeah.
We've kept that little same tractor for him, so
Well,
you know.
I mean, what? Because we didn't. I don't think we had the Valtro, did we?
We didn't have the Valtra. I think we just got the Massey,
I think we just got the Massey.
but we didn't have half the land we have round here.
No.
Obviously, we didn't have like the chicken barn. We didn't have a lot of the animals.
Oh, we had one chicken coop.
Yeah, but we have two now,
I know. I'm just saying we had one chicken coop.
and we have a sheeple barn.
We're no sheeple yet.
Not yet, but that's coming.
Yeah, there's a couple of things that we need to prioritise before the sheeples. A bigger
Yeah,
roller.
like it.
A bigger roller would be nice.
Well, the bigger rollers. Ironically, there's also a really nice John Deere 9R in the used vehicles,
Yeah.
which would be good for them, which for fields this size would be good. But what I might have to do is wait until, because once I've done this collecting the bales, I'll do a pallet run.
I was gonna say, might need to do a pallet run.
Where you can see I slowed time right down to make sure we didn't hit problems with that hailstorm.
Yeah. I mean, I
I was
didn't.
thinking, and also kind of, because obviously you want to try and get that field finished in a day. You don't want fields to be planted over 2 days, or the growth stage ends up being not level.
Oh, no, that you've still got 2 other fields to bloody plant, yeah.
Yeah, but we can always leave them till the next day.
Hmm.
As you said yourself,
Stagger.
especially with the size of those 2 fields now, you kind of almost want them to be ready on their own.
Yeah, you do. Did you make sure that the fields were flooded?
Yes, I did that. I did that earlier on.
All of them.
In fact, I don't think I did. I think I missed one on field 8, didn't I? Shit. But that one looks like it's well grown. That one might not need it. No, it needs it.
So let's not get damaged, because otherwise we'll lose yield.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, this is going to be an absolute arse to roll.
If we get you that big roller, then it should help. Just have to do with steer assist.
Hmm.
How much was that big? That big roller's 115,000. We couldn't quite afford it now, but say once we've done some.
I mean,
And at least now we have the auto load, so palleting's a little bit easier.
for now.
Says me sound like Clarkson there, but everything was an ing. It's like hurrying, palleting.
I've never seen. The problem is, I've not seen Clarkson lose his rag with Caleb before, like he did. I get
You know,
where-
I can also kind of see from Caleb's side. I don't reckon he was released. I reckon he just forgot. Got caught up in the moment. Right, it's go time.
with what?
You know what I mean? When he went to, you're up today, aren't you?
Oh, I've seen the entire series
Yeah. When he went to start the harvest.
without him.
Yeah. See, I don't reckon he was malicious. I reckon literally it was just a case of, right, the dryness level's right, we go.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah. I was gutted for him when that Durham wheat didn't make it.
Christ, didn't even have it. And that's, you know what, it's funny, I was thinking about this.
Yeah, but
And I know.
that will have been his 25 grand out of his money.
Oh yeah. Well, out of the farm money, which, yeah,
Well, what?
How good would it be if FS sort of introduced, like, because right now we have wheat, barley, they did like that and introduced different grades, you had different...
Well, they need to, but they just.
imagine if, like, wheat was split up on those 3 or 4 different types, like, some were worth more, but were more risky.
Yeah.
Had to be planted at different times, had to be harvested at different times.
Hmm.
It would just give you more variety.
Well. Yeah. You pallet running?
No, I'm bailing.
Ah, okay.
Why, you getting a lag spike if I pick one up?
I got a little bit of lag spike.
Yeah, I'm getting these. Once I've got these bales picked up, I'm switching to palleting.
Alright, okay. Yeah,
I
but
want to get the bales off the
you know,
field
it'd
in
be
the
like,
storage.
yeah, that would have been 25 grand of his own pocket, because he said, yeah, it's not going to be Amazon's money, it's going to be my money.
Hmm.
It's just like, and it's not only him, you know. I know.
When you think about it, technically it's a 50 grand loss to him.
Yeah.
Because not only has he not been paid the 25 grand, but he's then got to find 25 grand for next year. So like I say, technically that is actually a 50 grand swing. He's gone from being 25k up to 25k down.
Yeah.
It's not like he's walked away with 0, or he's walked away with a negative.
No.
Well, you know, it's just...
Richard Flufferham.
Yeah, Richard Ham.
Yeah.
I don't know if I fancy standing under that tractor hanging from the roof of the pub.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it's been put up to all safety regulations.
Oh, yeah. It will
But
have
I'm
been.
not still not sure if I'd been wanting to, you know, hang around underneath it.
No, considering it's only, you know, it's not any of like the engine or anything, but you know what I mean.
It'll still be a few hundred kilos.
Oh yeah, it's enough to kill you.
Yeah, give you an headache. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But it looks like 31 bales we got off these 2 fields.
Nice. Oh yeah.
I mentioned this in my single player series. I'm going to try and see if I can find any mods to do something a bit more with straw. I don't know what there's out there, but if there's anything, it's just like, I don't do animal bedding, so I don't see the point. I don't need manure. And you don't actually get like a bonus for doing it.
No.
So obviously you mix a little bit into TMR for cow.
Oh yeah.
But straw, because usually the amount, especially if you like my style where I can do a lot of cereal crops,
Hmm.
you get a lot of straw.
Straw.
It's like, I'm going to try and look see if there's any mods for like something else you can do with it. I mean, there was straw pellets. One that became was a thing in 19 then 22.
Yeah, the straw harvest thing.
Straw harvest, yeah. You know, we now have, in terms of straw bales, 178 in storage. In fact, there's only space for 30 bales in the storage. It's nearly full.
In the words of Clarkson.
By the way, did you ever watch that Caleb's like stand-up thing?
Yeah.
I watched it. It was alright. It was not spectacular, but then again, he's not a stand-up comedian. He's not a TV presenter, so you kind of give him credit for having a go.
Oh yeah. It's just, I'm kind of a little bit gutted that they didn't ask at the end, that they didn't ask Harriet to join them.
Maybe she was busy. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. And then fucking, yeah, it was Gerald the last series. Now it's fucking Alan and the Triple Art bypass.
And Clarkson's had a couple of health scares, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's not good.
Yeah, he's had a life of heavy drinking, heavy smoking. Yeah, you wouldn't believe, to me, he looks older than he's only 64, he looks older than that to me. but he's not exactly had an easy life.
No. And that's the thing.
Mostly self-inflicted.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, just like in terms of... How did he... I'm surprised he managed to push through. Sorting that pub out. Getting the harvests in. And not falling a fucking asleep at the wheel or anything like that.
Yeah, you get there. It's
You know what I mean?
they work around it. I would say a lot of his help though was the fact that he had Caleb there to. If he hadn't have had Caleb there, I think he would. I don't think he'd have managed all of it.
No, I mean, in just like when he was doing the pub and trying to do the harvest at the same time.
Right, so I'm going to take all the eggs and the mushrooms. Obviously, I'm going to pick up everything from the canning factory as well.
Yep.
Obviously, the eggs go down to the canning factory to get mixed with the flour to make soup. The mushrooms, the canning factory don't buy, but I sell everything at the farmer's market. I'm just saying this for anybody watching who's maybe not seen this before.
Yeah.
Yeah, luckily the canning factory won't take the mushrooms, so I can take them through that trigger point, no issues.
Which is good. But it's, you know, it amazed me how he managed just to keep going.
Oh yeah.
Fuck.
It's alright because I've done all the harvesting and everything.
Yeah, fucking...
It won't actually affect you planting.
No, it'll affect the fucking rice fields though, won't it?
If it does, it does. Like I say, we can if we want turn off that destruction, but to me I don't want to. We don't have it as bad as real life farmers in this game. We can't just lose half a crop because it didn't rain enough.
Or flooding.
Yeah. You know, I was kind of pissed. I was doing some recording the other night and I figured I had to get the field harvest by the end of the day and I lost track of time.
You lose track of time?
Half a field. And I lost about half a field. And I was annoyed. I thought, do I roll back and redo it? And I thought, you know what, no.
Run with it.
That is what it is, yeah. It's a pain, it's a kicker. I lost probably my cow about 15,000 litres of bloody wheat. But it's one of them.
That's what you get for...
I was doing the harvest and next thing I saw things come at the top of the screen for like loan interest. I'm like, fuck it, midnight, shit. Then I watched the field state change across the front of me. I was like, you know, I was saying, at least I did think to myself, you know, I could just roll it back, re-record this bit like it never happened. I thought, that's not right.
Yeah.
Take the rough with the smooth.
Like I said, we try to keep... We've always done the way of not having two separate field state growths because it's an ass.
Yeah, it just becomes a pain. Oh my lord.
What?
The thing outside the canning factory is completely full.
Ooh. I mean, full to the point that you're gonna have to do manually some of that trailer.
I don't know yet.
I don't think I'm too far off finishing this field now.
Oh, but I've made a gap and more things have spawned and refilled it again.
It's gold. Okay. Something needs a service and I'm not sure what it is.
Probably you.
It could be the cedar. I'll say we haven't pushed the John Deere that far. I'm sure we serviced that. It still irks me the fact that, you know, it's hailing, right?
Yeah.
Tractor's wipers aren't going.
Yeah.
And
But it's hailing for me. I am currently under a cover, and yet it's hailing on me.
well, isn't that the usual?
You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
but I think I'm going to have to make a second trip here. I've literally, there's more here than this.
Can you not just...
Do I want to risk it? You know how unstable it gets. I might just come back. You know what this thing's like.
Yeah, I know.
Well, give me a second. I'm just filling in a couple of gaps, and then I'll come and I'll tell you what I've got on this trailer right now. So it's literally front to back, 3 high,
Yep.
2 stacks, 2 lines. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's what? 9, 18, 27 times 2, 54 pallets by my count.
Not bad.
And in those 54 pallets, there are 3,000 litres of enoki mushrooms. 16,000 litres of parsnips, 16,000 litres of carrots,
Preserved.
14,000 litres of kimchi, and 13,000 litres of noodle soup.
So...
I mean, I know you like kimchi, but 14,000 litres, that might take you a while to get through.
Yeah.
So I'm going to run all this through the farmer's market now and see what I get.
I'm gonna... Before you do, I'm gonna guess...
Go on.
About, depending on price, probably about just shy of 400,000.
Oh, well, I was going to say about 150,000, so... But then I'll be able to go back, I'll tell you what's in the second batch. I reckon there's 150k here.
I'd be surprised, depending on prices, I'd be surprised the entire lot would be close to about
Yeah,
400,000.
But I'm nearly there with the first load anyway.
And this is where we'll be both wrong, but I know the price will change as soon as he's dropped the first lot.
It might not actually, it doesn't change that quick. It doesn't actually react that quickly.
No, it depends on how much we crash the market.
Okay, well I was nearer, but that's still good.
That's 183 grand, that's not bad.
And like saying, there's more back, yeah, I'm going back for the rest now. So that means there's probably 250, 260k in total.
Yeah, but altogether the overall money will be probably about 400 grand.
Yeah, but then if I'm going to buy you that big roller and all that.
That's only 100 and...
Yeah, but if the money's really good, I might treat you to that big John Deere to pull it with.
Shame
The thing is...
there's not a big Massey Ferguson there.
Well, there is, but it'd be new, whereas that John Deere's used.
Yeah, I know.
Might even, if we do that, might even flog the John Deere 6R we've got.
Can I finish using it first?
Oh, sorry, you have to measure in that one. Yeah, you can finish using it, but I'm just thinking if we get the 9R, we don't really need the 6R anymore, do
No,
we?
I know, but this is your tractor, so you'd have to make the decision because it's got your plate on.
Well, I say swap it for the 9R. That's why I said, well, so you can finish using it first.
I was going to second because that's like I said, oh, have you taken the Massey? And you went, no. I said, it's alright, I'll take the John Deere.
Fair enough.
I've been citing the John Deere for, I dare to think.
Yeah.
I really dare
I've kind
to
of
think.
adopted a voucher since we bought it. I think we're using this most of the time.
I like the Massey. I do like the Massey, and I mean, I'm quite partial to a New Holland. As a competitive multiplayer series would tell you.
Right, so the second load isn't half as much. 4,000 litres of carrots, 4 of parsnips, 3 of kimchi, and 3 of noodle soup.
Alright, so yeah. Possibly close to
Probably
about...
another about 60k there.
Yeah.
I like something of those, or is that part of the display? That's part of the display. There was a random pallet on the other side of the road. It's part of like a stall. But first I thought one of our pallets had got flung over the road or something.
Yeah.
I'll get these sold and then...
That's the thing. Just like looking at this tractor, just certain angles, it's... The hail just doesn't bounce off. Doesn't even
Well, the funniest thing is, if you go from the external to the internal view, the hail actually stops for a second.
Really? Still going for me.
You can see it's all like reposition. You can see it's all like reposition.
It does when you move.
Got hail.
It does when you move the camera. If you look a certain direction with the camera in external, you can see it stop.
And
I won't do that for people because, yeah, anybody that gets motion sickness, I do apologise.
My second load going into the sell point now.
I'll probably get away with about 300 grand. Huh? 40 grand.
So 335. So. Oh, I'd immediately spend pretty much all of that.
Quite possibly. See, now... Oh, yeah. That's what I was going to say. Be careful what you do in the background.
What do you mean?
One of your clips, I heard a ping.
Right.
I don't know if it was a WhatsApp ping or...
Well, from the PC rather than from like external.
Yeah, it was your PC.
Oh, fair enough.
It was one of the clips. Why are you being a fucking ass game? Not even touching the bloody reverse. And that's the thing. You know, we've got the ground deformation. It's hailstorming. The ground is wet. Technically, my tractor should be sinking right now. But no, they don't want to add that type level of physics. Because that would be them bordering on... Ooh. Okay. Shit.
Don't panic, don't panic. Because what happens, I'll fly straight up to the temple and clear out anything up there. To the sawmill.
We'll be getting rid of this John Deere once I'm finished, won't you?
Yeah, that as well.
It's not that, you know, that's like... Do we even have enough money for bloody...
We will have.
We have got more solid fertiliser, haven't we? Because,
yeah, we've got fertiliser, we've got seed.
I mean, I'm hoping... I've got enough to get through this field. I mean, I'm down to 28% right now.
Yeah, but how much have you got left to do? Not a huge amount.
I haven't got a huge amount. I've used more solid fertiliser, weirdly enough, than I have seeds.
I think that's the thing, it's canola though.
Ah. That's a beast. That's a big beastie.
You reckon that'll help what you need?
Oh yeah.
I'll leave that there for you when you're ready.
Which horsepower was that?
That one's the 490.
Nice.
It can actually go up to 650, but we don't have the dollar for it.
No.
As you can plainly see. The 650 added an additional £152,000.
Jesus Christ.
So that's 490 brake. Like I say, it's way more powerful than that roller needs. But it's got the size, weight, and also it can take the big cedars. You know what I mean? If we've got a tractor that's 490 horsepower.
Oh, it's at the big cedars, yeah.
We can, our other vehicles can go up with it.
In
fact, sorry, I was stand corrected.
What?
It's called a 490. It's actually 540 horsepower.
Nice.
I thought because it was called a 490, my logic told me it was going to be
490 horsepower.
Then again, the John Deere you're in, it's called a 410 and it's 458. I mean, why are they not just called what their horsepower is?
It's John Deere.
Would that not just be logical?
John Deere.
You know, Massey Ferguson do that. The 8S305 is, believe it or not, 305 horsepower.
Yeah. It's John Deere.
Yeah.
So what are you doing now?
Heading up to the sawmill to see how many things of...
Planks and stuff there is.
Yeah, because at least that way there's a load of cement here that I can take. Try and reshift some of this money ready for... So obviously if we get to the end of the day there's bills and shit to go out.
Well, you'll reclaim a little bit of money back off this tractor.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not worried. It doesn't hurt to at least be trying to put a little bit back. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know.
Let's say, I mean, do we sell that? Do we sell one of the others? You know, it's one of those. That's 400 horsepower.
But what can we really get rid of? There's not a lot.
Maybe the Valtra or the Massey, wouldn't it?
We haven't long had the Massey.
Yeah, but the thing is as well, what hours is on that John Deere your side?
33.2.
Yeah, well we bought the Massey new, so that means it could be worth more, but no, we'll get rid of that and keep the 9R instead of the 6R. I'm thinking the Massey's probably worth more to sell. But I don't think we're that desperate.
We're not. No, not really. But it was just, I didn't know if you were, you were keeping, because you've got that, whether you were keeping, getting rid of this John Deere.
Well, I think that'll be the best on. Let's say probably actually the Valtra should be the one to go. That's on 44 hours.
I know, but you like the Valtra.
Yeah, it's also, I think it's the one we've had the least time.
You like the Valtra. I don't mind driving the Valtra at times. And the problem is that people are like, well, why don't you get rid of the white and why don't you get rid of the sand? Because it's not worth. They're not worth. They're not going to claw us back a huge amount of money. That's why the white is now on trailer duty.
Yeah, the white, because it came with the map and has so many hours on it, it's literally worth such a small amount to sell. It's like we wouldn't gain. The only reason we get rid of it would be if we needed the square count.
For when console.
When Alan's back.
When Alan's back, yeah.
Because other than that, it really isn't.
Not worth.
No. Like I say, you can sit down, because we were moving the stones with a loading shovel and it got a bit tedious.
You got
so
rid of that
old wire.
You?
No, it's still there.
What, the stone shovel?
Yeah.
Was there a reason that was hanging around?
Um.
Oh, yeah, possibly might be a good reason to keep that around for...
Silage.
Yeah.
If we decide to go pit silage, yeah. We'll see. It's like there's still forklifts at the cement factory and the sawmill, which are probably largely useless these days, but
Yeah, but
Obviously, if console comes back, we lose this auto load, don't we? So
yeah, we do.
it's like probably worth keeping them around for that.
Yeah, but that's why we've kept them.
Mm.
Otherwise, we'll have to rebuy them. And by the
Yeah.
time, and we might not be in a position money-wise to buy all of them back. So then it'll be just like
Yeah. We have to buy one and ferry it around. That's what we were doing at the beginning, wasn't it?
yeah.
We used to load it into the back of the car trailer.
And then that got a bit annoying.
So then we decided, plus as well, it was only a little one, whereas them big Manitou ones are better for,
They've got more weight behind them.
yeah.
Let's do this, and then spin back around.
Oh, steady on trailer.
Shut this off, lift it up, fold it up, drive it,
Oh, he's playing with the seating.
drive it back to the farm.
Wow.
That took a while.
Indeed.
So there's 22% left solid fertiliser there, and there's 84%
Yeah.
seeds.
I think we have both at the farm anyway, so I don't think it's an issue.
We have a lot of seeds because I remember,
We bulk bought them.
yeah, fertiliser. It's got that fucking liquid fertiliser around and all. The
I'll find it useful at some point.
well, we might do.
Right, so I think the temple has taken all the cement bags it will ever take,
Right.
because it's left me with like nearly 5,000 litres on the trailer.
We can't get rid, can we?
Yeah, we can.
Can we?
Yeah, easy. The next best place is the warehouse.
Okay.
It's just I always struggle to remember where the warehouse exactly is.
Holy crap, this thing's a beast.
It's a big roller in it. It's a very, very large roller.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll keep the littler one for now, because I think that one might almost be too big for some of our fields.
I mean, this tractor's a beast. I also actually do have a mob. I don't know if it'll come in any use to you.
Go on.
If you if you have certain screens in non-functioning screens, like say in like in the John Deere, you've got screens on like the tablet screens that are non-functioning.
Yeah.
You can actually get a mod where it'll put your mini-map in there.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, as long as it's not like too resource hungry, that'd be a good one.
I'm gonna have to put steer assist on this thing because this is an articulated fucking steer, isn't it? Wow.
Not only that, I think that roller, once it's unfolded, I don't think you can raise it, can you?
No. You don't raise it.
Yeah.
You, yeah, you fold it.
Mm.
Well, this
You want it big?
is probably not going to take... This one's not going to take a long time to roll this field, put it that way.
Right, there we are. That's all the cement bags. So I'm just going to take a quick comfort break. It'll be 1 minute.
Yep. And then you can come back and sort your John Deere out.
Aye.
Yeah, this ain't going to take long to roll this field. Actually, I need to check. Anything else need rolling? No. See, now usually I wouldn't go for this type of tractor. Because of the articulate steering on it. That's why I wouldn't go for the type of tractor. But this should have this field rolled in pretty good time. Oh, good. The hail's finally stopped. Okay. Oh, right, okay, that's the line. This is kind of one thing I would like them to improve on the steer assist. It's not great. Ooh, that's a friggin' river. Okay. So spin that round because I need to get that corner. And then let's remember it's a reverse. It's a articulated steering point. This is why I've never been the biggest fan of these types of tractors. As you can see, I messed that up considerably. I need to get it to go that way. There we go. Yeah. So now, let's get back to rolling this bit of the field. And you can see where it's done on the field, and that's not taken that long. I mean, fertilising this for its next stage fertilising for the next stage isn't going to take that long, considering the size of the fertiliser we've got. Which is a true. Hopefully Dave will be back in a minute. Excuse me. I've got to be careful here. What if I fold that up actually? And it's weird because it doesn't actually lock into place. No, it doesn't. This thing actually swings freely. Weirdly enough.
I'm back.
I'll come back.
Thank you. At least we can see what the weather here is about the same as it is outside in real life right now. Bloody awful.
Yep.
Same for you.
Oh yeah.
It's actually not been too bad today through the day, but I've just looked out there now. Just shut the curtains and Jesus.
Yeah, not now. I mean, apparently it thundered the other morning, like fucking 4 AM. Did I hear it? Did I shout?
Yeah, somebody said that to me actually.
Did you hear it? And because it was apparently it was a hell of a crack.
No, that's what I'm saying. Somebody told me. I didn't. It's funny, because Saturday I was working Penrith way, which is something I don't do a lot. I was coming back, it was about 1 o'clock, coming over the motorway, just at the top of the hill before you drop into Kendal.
Yeah.
You could barely see the end of the bonnet for the rain.
Jeez.
Honestly, somebody could nick the Peugeot badge off the bonnet. I'd never seen them.
What the hell?
It was absolutely hammering down rain, and you still get the Muppets using a grey car with no fucking lights on.
Yeah.
Have you seen the police station? It looks like a castle.
No.
Pantai police, it looks like a castle.
Yeah, but the thing is, the weird thing is, it's as bizarre as it sounds. It's not.
It's not cold.
No, it's not a law. I mean, it's common road sense that if
You should have lights on. But
if it's raining, you've got to put your lights on.
yeah, but surely it's one of the things that you would do, like a driving without due care or something like that.
Yeah.
If you really.
But
If you knocked a copper wheel, there'd be something they could do you for.
oh yeah. But it's like even if it started to rain.
That was one pallet of noodle soup.
Yeah.
There was one at the canning factory, so I grabbed it on my way past.
Yeah, but if it started to rain when we were on the coaches, or even rained like when I was on doing the wagon tests and shit like that.
Yeah.
If it rained,
Put your lights on.
lights on.
To be honest with you, I tend to run, if the vehicle will allow it, a lot more now. I run with side lights on all the time.
I can run my car. I can run with side lights on.
I see the Peugeot vans we can't because it's just running lights or headlights. Whereas the MAN you can. So when I'm in the MAN, I literally leave them on all day. Even delivering, I leave them on while it's parked and that. Because side lights don't burn a lot, you know.
No. I can.
It's only ever parked up for like 3 or 4 minutes at a time.
Yeah, I can run. If it's not on auto, I can run normal or side.
Let's have a quick look. So the Massey has 35 hours on it. What's the values?
Yeah, but the problem is, this used tractor has 31.6.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but it's still a massive machine, like.
Oh shit, it's a massive machine.
I mean, bear in mind, this is at the this is just in the menu. You get more money if you sell a vehicle
Oh yeah, the shop.
at the shop. So the Massey Ferguson would sell here for 141,000.
Right.
the Valtra for 99, or the John Deere for 145.
Right.
So despite having the most sales on the John Deere is actually probably the best one to sell.
Which was what I thought you were doing anyways.
I was just looking.
Yeah. I knew it, but
It didn't hurt to check the facts.
No.
In my book.
But the weird thing is, the John Deeres, they seem to hold a bit more value.
I think because well, don't forget the game's quite linear with these things. I think they're just more expensive to begin with. Depreciation in the game is literally loses this much value per X amount of hours, sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's not like real life where some brands do just naturally hold. I've said it before, I really miss the sales there used to be on older FS games.
There's not a mod for that.
No, not that I've seen. You used to get a message say like 5% off all Valtra gear or something like that. I know you've got the used vehicles, which is great. I love the used vehicle section, as most people know.
But I have a gripe with it. I always have had a gripe with it, and I still do have a gripe with it.
Go on.
Put fucking more in it.
Well, there is a mod that does that.
I know, well, you can edit the XML. That's what you did. It was a mod and then you edited it.
I further edited it, yeah.
No, but
Don't panic about this, I know what I'm doing.
That was a repaint job, wasn't it?
Yeah, but look how much I got for it as a result.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I could tell it was a repaint job. Yeah, 240 grand.
So I got back more than I spent painting it.
Yeah. But it's just like, I wish there was more in the used vehicles.
Yeah. Like I said, there is a mod, and the mod does really well. I will say that the mod does a really good job.
Yeah, I know.
It's not quite as good as the FS22 one was, I will say that, but it does.
Yeah, but you edited, didn't you?
Yeah, that. We're getting like 50 ads.
Huh? 50?
We're getting like 50 ads. It's best when you get randomly at times, like I got like a pallet of AdBlue with like 80% off. I was like, yeah, I'm having that bastard.
And that's
because you could work on anything you could buy in the store, that was the...
Yeah, but this is the thing. You know. Yeah, we get fuel. Yeah?
Thing is, AdBlue's a thing in the game.
I know, but why is it not?
Why is it disabled? AdBlue,
Yeah.
literally, is a thing that the game, mechanic of the game can do. I don't see why we don't have it.
That's what I don't understand. Why don't we have AdBlue?
That's despite all the problems my current work are having with AdBlue in various vehicles.
What, not enough in? Or is it just... or they're just shit?
Tank's full, but the van won't acknowledge the tank's full. He's still saying it won't work in 100 miles.